The Green Bay Packers started the 2023 campaign in complete turmoil. Everything was going as poorly as you could imagine. They started 3-6 in their first 9 games, but one game completely altered the trajectory of their future. In this video, we're going to be breaking down exactly what they did to save their season. Hello everyone, I'm Randy White. This is Randy's Film Room, and these are the glasses I should be wearing while I'm driving. Now that you know I pose a risk to your health and well-being on the road, let's get into everything that changed in this Packers offense that allowed them to excel at a high level in the back half of the season and in the playoffs. Sorry, my basement was cold. I had to go grab a hoodie. But now that I'm back, let's talk about what Green Bay did to save their season. Of course, in order to figure out what they had to change, I had to figure out what they were doing wrong in the first place. So let's go watch the film for that right now. My initial assumption was that Green Bay had changed something philosophically to overhaul their offense in the second half of the season, but that's really not the case. Because you'll see here, Green Bay was aggressive all year long. This is week 2 against the Atlanta Falcons, and they run a flea flicker, and it gets executed nicely. However, despite the execution on this play, their big flaw was, in fact, execution. A great example of lack of execution is actually on this very next play. It's 1st and 10 in Atlanta territory following the penalty. You're going to get Zach Tom blocking down, outside leverage on this defensive tackle right here. Pay attention to this matchup right here. It's important. Double team down here, and then work to 93 to help out the left tackle. Also working on 93. Elton Jenkins, the left guard, gonna pull down. Luke Musgrave gonna crash down, lay a hit on 55, and then work to 53, who will be squeezing by this point. Now Elton Jenkins gonna finish off 55, seal him inside, and then you're gonna get the pulling tight end who's gonna get through and block. Very important upfield shoulder of this outside linebacker. I believe that is Bud Dupree. He's going to block the upfield shoulder. Very important. He does that well. You're going to see the key to this play, and the reason it doesn't go for a huge gain and instead is just about 3 to 4 yards, which is a good gain in the NFL. You're happy staying ahead of the sticks at 2nd and 6, but you'd love to get more than that, and they would have been able to get more than that if not for right here. Number 90 is able to get into Zach Tom's pads and control him and throw him around when he needs to. So watch here, gets inside, bang. Now he's extended on him. Zach Tom has both of his hands off of number 90. He's steering him with the shoulder pads. He got his hands inside the shoulder pads, and now he has full control. A.J. Dillon sees this. He's going to try and cut back into this hole where number 97 is winning inside, and number 90 is just going to be able to throw Zach Tom off of him and get back into this hole and reset, and the play goes for 3 or 4 yards because A.J. Dillon's a big guy, can fall forward. Could have been a lot more. This is a throw Jordan Love does not make in the second half of the season, I don't believe, but he makes it here. It makes no sense. As the ball is getting snapped here, Atlanta is in a cover 2. You're going to get deep half, kind of like a soft squat or a cloud flat, something like that. Same thing over here. Middle half, not middle half, but deep middle, vertical hook, and then he's going to fake rush, drop back and do a vertical hook. It fools Jordan Love. You've got the outside release dig. You've got a crossing route. You've got a post. And then you've got the wheel from Jaden Reed. Now the wheel is a touchdown on this play if he sees it. Jordan Love sees him rush. He drops back. He tries to force this into Musgrave behind. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's not there. The pass rush did not get home. After the play fake, A.J. Dillon's going to be wide open in the flat, with this corner playing so far back to try and cover for any outbreakers from this wide receiver. If anything, you don't force over the middle here. You take your check down, or you go big and you launch a touchdown to Jaden Reed, who gets open. This post pulls the safety inside. He turns his hips inside. This corner is clearly playing cover 2. He rests his feet here, does not turn upfield, gets ran by Jaden Reed. He's wide open. Instead, Love forces over the middle into coverage and is very fortunate that he doesn't get his head around in time to make a play. Watch it again. Like here, he's pulled the trigger, but if we go back a frame, ball's back here. Look at the corner. Receiver's 4 yards away with him. He's still got his hips faced inside. He's beat. Jaden Reed's running by him. So now we go, okay, what about the safety? Well, if we go a frame further, safety, by the way, doesn't even know the ball's in the air yet. Safety's locked in on his receiver, who's attacking him vertically. Ball's halfway to the tight end. Safety's turning his hips inside. He is toast. Touchdown, Jaden Reed. Freebie. So this is a mistake when I talk about execution. A mistake Jordan Love makes early in the year that he doesn't make late in the year. This is just part of the growing pains of being a quarterback that has not played NFL live snaps in the regular season. They get it polished later on. But again, this is a play that Matt LaFleur calls that gets executed properly later on in the season. Then what does Green Bay do? They false start. Then they try to run a screen. Screen gets tipped in the air. Knocked down, incomplete. They have to punt. Green Bay would go on to blow a lead against this Falcons team, where they went 0 for 3 on their 3 possessions in the fourth quarter for points. I don't believe they had a single first down in the fourth quarter. Lack of discipline was definitely a factor early in the season. Here we go, week 4 against Detroit. Not sure what Jordan Love is looking at here. They basically have a built-in screen to Aaron Jones. He's running out here. Jaden Reed isn't even running a route. He's just buzzing and waiting to pick someone up. Jordan Love is looking all over the field. What he needs to see is as soon as this linebacker comes out here and this corner bails, it is 2-on-1 with just this corner, and you've got Christian Watson, who will probably have an opportunity to block if the ball gets out here now. But instead, Jordan Love just kind of looks around. There's this deep seam with the dig breaking back inside. He wants to hit this vertically. He also has the alert out route that gets covered pretty nicely. Doesn't want to throw that. But this is where the ball needs to go. And this is just, again, a mistake that a young quarterback makes early on in the season. And Green Bay proceeds to get a field goal on this drive where they were gifted the ball in plus territory after the defense got an interception. They would go on to get blown out in this game. But this is a misread by a young quarterback. Like, throw it. And now this linebacker has an opportunity to recover. He was the middle linebacker. He has an opportunity to now scrape over. And you're panicking trying to buy time. If you had thrown the ball a second ago, we'd be fine out here. Jaden Reed would be blocking him, and Aaron Jones would have the ball in space. Instead, got to run around, and he throws it to Aaron Jones super late, and Aaron Jones drops it. Dead play. Here's another play that explains kind of why the Packers were rumored to be looking for quarterback replacements this coming offseason with the way Jordan Love was playing in the first half of the year. This just makes no sense to me. Green Bay kind of runs like a spot route here. Aaron Jones out to the flat. Romeo Doubs going to sit. When this linebacker clears out, Jordan Love rips it into him. It's 3rd and 19, and you have a tight end screen called over here. And although it's unlikely he gets the first, he has a much better chance than chucking it to Romeo Doubs with 1, 2, 3 defenders that are all going to be dropping into the area. Romeo Doubs had no chance. Luke Musgrave at least had blockers out in front of him. Let's see what happens. So this makes no sense to me whatsoever. See, 1, 2, 3, rips it to him. Like, why? We got a screen happening over here. Look, we got linemen out in front. We got a hat on a hat, hat on a hat. One guy here. There's literally one guy to beat to this side of the field, and it's the safety up here. If Jordan Love is a little more patient and takes the tight end screen. I mean, maybe Hutchinson makes a play. It'd be tough. Makes no sense to me at all. Against New Orleans, a holding penalty and a false start set Green Bay into 1st and 25. They got to climb out of that. And they actually do a really good job of climbing out of the hole they dug. Problem is the hole they dug was 25 yards. So pump fake, Jordan Love, really good job getting out of the pocket, finding space. They get it to 3rd and manageable. 3rd and manageable. Now this is the same play call they ran literally a week ago, or 2 weeks ago maybe. Same situation, same part of the field. They ran a slant with Romeo Doubs against the Bears in the beginning of the game. Like first opening drive of the game, it was like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10 situation. They run a slant with Romeo Doubs to this side of the field. Saints go, yeah, probably going to happen again. So Tyrann Mathieu rolls in and robs this and lays out Doubs. They're lucky worse didn't happen, and they get stopped. It's 4th down. Now, respect to LaFleur and his young quarterback. They have kahunas. They go for it, and they get super creative with a little trick play here. Throws it back. Terrible throw by the running back. Jordan Love then slips and sails the ball over his receiver's head. I don't want anyone to ever say that this is a bad play call. This is beautiful. Everyone over here, blocking. Dontavian Wicks engages with this point man right here. Makes it seem like blocking. They pitch right. Everything looks beautiful. He's just going to slip inside and run across, and no one notices that he is completely wide open. He runs this kind of clear out route, so there's just no one in this part of the field. This is just bad execution by the running back, and then bad execution by Jordan Love to not keep his footing. We got to make this throw. Like, I know it's a bad throw, but Jordan, bro, don't panic. Pick the ball up. Put your foot in the ground. No! You can't do the splits at this point in the game. It's 4th and 1. You've got a man butt naked wide open at the 35-yard line. You get the ball to him now. It's a big gain. You panic. Chuck. To the 25. That's 10 yards too far. And they turn it over. That's enough. They get it. They get it. All right, I could sit here for 2 hours and sit here and show you guys all of the film of Green Bay just being young and inexperienced and having poor execution. And, Matt LaFleur didn't really change a whole lot. I think you guys get the point. So let's get into how they were able to turn their offense around. And the answer is more simple than I think I expected and what a lot of you probably expect as well. So let's get into that. Can you show them the play? All right, so play 1 of drive 1 of the game that kind of turned the tide for the Packers season. Here we go. They're going to be running a Mills concept here. Deep post from Christian Watson, dig from Jaden Reed. And Detroit is running some form of I think it might be covered to invert this corner. Deep half. He run fits and then just pass rushes when there's no immediate threats to the flat. So he comes out here. Kind of confuses me onto what exactly they were running. He gets a curl flat in here. He trails on this out route. He plays trail technique, which leads me to believe that this is definitely not cover 3. He drifts over here. He's got his eyes pointed in this direction, which leads me to believe he's either playing deep half over here or maybe he's just a post defender. Not totally sure what style of defense Detroit was running, but whatever it is, Mills' concept is entirely based upon, does the safety in the middle of the field cover this post? And if they don't, we're turning it loose one-on-one. Christian Watson wins. That's exactly what happens. You're going to see Jordan Love gets this ball out a little late. Run the play fake. 1, hitch up. He takes an extra hitch. And the difference is small, but it leads to Christian Watson having to come back for the ball. See here, he gets back, hitches up once. Ball needs to be out now. Christian Watson right here at the 42-yard line. Much better than hitching up again and then throwing, and he's 5 yards further downfield. You're going to see 5 yards is probably the difference in this throw, being hit in stride and a touchdown, being underthrown. So he releases it a little late. Watson has to come back and catch it in traffic instead of just running in stride. I'm not going to be too nitpicky. I think throwing deep late is pretty much the big thing Jordan Love has to clean up in his game, but he cleaned up a lot of the other flaws from earlier in the season. Here he does a great job moving his eyes from one side of the field to the other. Full field reads are a big deal in the NFL. He executes this one perfectly. Motion across into the flat. You're going to get a little sit right here from Jaden Reed, and then you're going to get a curl from Romeo Dobbs. So basically curl concept to the back, and then to the two-man side, you're going to get a flat and a slant. This is called dragon. All right, so now Jordan Love does a great job. These linebackers all slide over to adjust. He takes away the flat right away. He sits down on this little sit route over here, and the curl route is played decently well. Jordan Love doesn't even really wait for it, though. He understands, okay, I'm going to get my eyes left early. Linebackers shift, get my eyes back this way. If I love the matchup here with A.J. Dillon, I can take that, but ideally this linebacker sprints out here, and now there's a big hole to hit Christian Watson. The hole's not that big because Watson gets laid out, but good job by Love processing quickly, getting from one side of the field to the other. As you're going to see, eyes go left right here, and oh, don't love it. Hitch up, bang, ball's out. Very quick processing there. You're going to see they run it here. Run scheme is just as fun and creative as it has been. They bring the motion back in. Now he blocks, and big, strong A.J. Dillon plows forward for yards. This is an insane throw. I don't know what was happening here. It doesn't seem right, and typically it's a flat that you get out of this. Instead, Christian Watson comes up and breaks out. Jaden Reed almost runs into him, runs this slant, and it's like the linebacker almost gets caught sleeping because he's trying to protect for an inside breaker from Watson, and Love just rips this thing into Reed in the tightest window humanly possible, literally in between the defensive back and the linebacker, who are all locked up on Watson, and this guy is obviously beat inside, the only guy paying attention to Jaden Reed, and this is just an insane throw. Not even sure if it's a smart throw, but it's just an insane one, and it works out perfectly. I mean, what tells you right here? What tells you that it's okay to throw this slant to Jaden Reed, who is running into these two guys? And the ball, I mean, you gotta be kidding me. The ball's right here, the DB's right here, not even sure how it happened. But it's a touchdown. Here's a play right here. Christian Watson motions left. And they're just going to run simple toss right. This is a play that's been in the Matt LaFleur offense for a long time. Nothing new here. Now they're pretty much max protecting. They're going to run play action. They're going to run dagger, clear out here, and then try and get this dig open underneath, play action, and you're just going to get A.J. Dillon running out here. And this is a play they've ran all year. Like, nothing new here either. This is just good execution. Linebacker drops back. Hey, let's not go ahead and force this ball into this dig window. We've got a million people over here. Let's just take this simple dump off, and it's going to go for a lot of yards because they're not ready for it. They bail out. Jordan Love dumps it to A.J. Dillon. He turns upfield. He gets a first down. Here we go on 3rd and 1. Green Bay has done this, motioning Christian Watson. Play action. Tight end releases into the flat after the block. Wide open. Setting stuff up. They've done this before. They show run at 3rd and 1. The Lions defense is ready to sell out, and they go and they kill them. Setting stuff up, fluid offensive play calling. One thing that ironically hasn't changed is Jordan still hates throwing these give-me's. Blocker out in front, wide open guy on the swing route. He's trailing, this tight end breaking in, not even looking at the ball. He's about to get jammed by this tight end. He has to scrape over the top to make it to the running back. He's going to block the first person that shows. Why would you not throw this? Now instead, he runs out of the pocket and throws the most Brett Favre pass I've ever seen in my life. It works out, but like, why? Why? Just why? Now in layman's terms, the Green Bay Packers are a team that just got hot. Whew. I'm starting to sweat. I need to take the hoodie off. But what does that mean exactly? Well, in their case, it means be more disciplined, make better reads. If you're the quarterback, be smart with the football, with the exception of that last play you just saw. But other than that, be smarter, make better reads. The offensive line was more physical. They are more disciplined. They were less penalized. They just put the whole package together. Being hot can mean different things. Maybe you went out and you got a new free agent. Maybe you changed the scheme. Green Bay did neither of those things. The play calling looks relatively the same. I'm sure that some of the tendencies were slightly different if you look at the statistics on the charts, but it's very similar. They ran the same types of plays. There was no crazy overhaul in the offense, but what happened in here, in each one of those players, is what revived Green Bay's season and brought them into competition where they ultimately went on 2 separate 3-game winning streaks, finished the season 9-8, snuck into the playoffs, demoralized the Dallas Cowboys. If you want to see that video, there will be a link at the end of this video. It's over on my other channel, and ultimately saved their season. They've got a lot of work to do. The NFC North is absolutely loaded. If you want to get an idea on just how loaded they are, you should probably watch this video on everything you need to know about Caleb Williams. Unless, of course, you want to watch how they dismantled the Dallas Cowboys and then watch everything you need to know about Caleb Williams.